My name's Lewis O'Brien. Over the past 25 years, I've helped clients, friends, and family buy and sell thousands of homes. In these 5-minute guides, I'm going to cover a series of topics that I think all home buyers should be aware of. However, unfortunately, too many home buyers don't know that they need to know these things or don't know who to ask. The first of the small print traps that I want to cover is land tax. For those that aren't aware, land tax has increased over the last 20 years from $350 million, that's in the 1998-9 year, to $3.5 billion in the 2018-19 year. Those figures are for Victoria and show that over a 20-year period, land tax has increased 10 times. Obviously, therefore, more people are paying more land tax than ever before, and that's increasingly becoming an issue in contracts for the sale of a home. Most people reasonably assume that their home is exempt from land tax. However, when you read the small print in your purchase contract, you may find that you have to reimburse a small or large proportion of the vendor's land tax. Therefore, you need to read the small print to understand how much land tax the vendor is paying and what the contract says about how much of that you might have to reimburse at settlement. Many purchasers assume that they can nominate an alternate purchaser after they sign the contract with little or no difficulty. This might be because your partner was unable to attend the auction, or you want to nominate the purchase into a structure like a super fund that wasn't established on the day you signed the contract. The good news is the general conditions allow these nominations almost as of right in Victoria. However, you need to read the small print because increasingly we're seeing in purchase contracts special conditions that impose fees for nomination, restrict your right to nominate, or prohibit nomination altogether. The prohibition on nomination is especially common in off-the-plan or subdivision land contracts. Increasingly, properties in Victoria are affected by owners' corporations. That means that your contract of sale should include an owners' corporation certificate, which includes a range of details. Unfortunately, in the small print, there can be a number of issues that impose significant costs for the unwary. These include upcoming and anticipated special levies. So levies to be imposed or in the process of being imposed by the owners' corporation in excess of normal owners' corporation fees. Owners' corporation certificates may also provide some indication of upcoming repairs and maintenance, and in some cases these can be substantial costs to be borne by the unsuspecting purchaser. Finally, there may be other sorts of issues like asbestos or other issues affecting the property, boundary disputes and the like that are disclosed in the minutes. So once again, it's important to read the small print because a failure to do so may leave you with an expensive liability once you move into your new home. When making a large purchase, such as a new home, a pest and building inspection condition is a great thing to have. However, many purchasers aren't aware of the limitations and the standard conditions that are often used. For example, the inspection must be conducted by a licensed inspector. You can only terminate the contract if that inspection reveals a major building defect or a major pest infestation. And finally, you can only exercise your right to terminate if you're not otherwise in default under the contract. And the most common issue here is whether you've paid your deposit. When acting for the purchaser, I think it's better to have a different pest and building inspection which provides much more flexibility and better protects the rights of the purchaser. The standard Victorian contract of sale imposes on the vendor an obligation to deliver the property in the same condition it was in on the date the contract was signed, with an allowance for fair wear and tear. This introduces a number of potential problems for purchasers. Clearly, the vendor is not warranting that all of the appliances and features of the house are functional. So, if the central heating wasn't working when you signed the contract, the vendor has no obligation to fix it. The other problem is that some issues can arise as a result of fair wear and tear. For example, an older hot water system may fail between the date you sign the contract and the date you settle, i.e. move into the property. In this case, as purchaser, the responsibility to pay for the replacement of the hot water system would be yours. To avoid the circumstance where your first action as property owner is to pay for an expensive repair, the best solution is to have a special condition in your contract whereby the vendor is obligated to make sure that all appliances are in proper working order immediately prior to settlement. To help property purchasers avoid these and other small print traps, Lewis O'Brien and Associates offers a contract review service for $495. This service includes a formal written contract review. We'll assist you with any special conditions that you require to optimize your purchase, and you'll also have access to our experience if any questions or concerns arise before you sign the contract. Given that for many, the purchase of a property is their largest financial commitment, we believe this service is essential for all property purchasers to make sure they don't get caught out by the small print and end up paying thousands that could have been avoided by a proper review of their contract. I hope you've enjoyed this video and got some value from it. If you have, then I'd encourage you to share it with a friend, like the video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, or subscribe to our newsletter at lewisobrien.com.au. We look forward to helping you make sure that you don't get caught out by the small print in your next purchase contract or any other property transaction that you may be about to engage in. Thank you.